all right, we got to get the obvious off the table here.
Yep.
You know, there's certain people in this league, the NFL, that are getting paid right now.
Yep.
And it's QBs.
It is QBs. You know what? The checkbook gets a little bigger every single year when it comes to paying a QB. And my, did a shock just happen in Detroit?
And let me ask you a couple questions real quick.
Hit me
Let me
with
lead you on. Act like you don't know what already happened, okay? Kind of play the blank space here. If I were to tell you that, you know, would you consider Jared Goff to get paid more than, let's say, Josh Allen?
No.
Okay, all right. What about, would Jared Goff get paid more than Patrick Mahomes?
No.
Kirk Cousins?
There's a case to be made, so yes, but a healthy Kirk Cousins on pace to break all the records, no.
What if I were to tell you there's only one QB in the league to get paid more than Jared Goff?
What?
Yeah.
What?
The crazy Detroit Lions spending spree just keeps on rolling down the track.
That Lion pride's in the wallet right now for everybody in Michigan.
Let me just first start off by saying, we'll get it off the table. Jared Goff, congratulations. You just got paid.
Big stuff, buddy. Yeah, you had a heck of a season. You've been doing great things with Detroit. Great job.
But
great
is
job.
it worth $212 million, $170 million guaranteed to be the second highest paid QB in the league?
Yep. You know what?
I'm going to answer that question right now.
You're going to answer that question right now? Let's hear it.
That's not a worth contract.
Yeah, you know what? There's an easy argument to be made on whether or not he's actually good enough to get the money, or it's the fact that he has enough star power around him to make him good. I believe you said the same thing earlier.
Yeah.
When you have Penei Sewell, let alone the rest of your offensive line, that is one of the top 5 in the leagues. Easy. I mean, when you have Jameson Williams,
keep going.
Sam Laporta,
keep going.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the best backfield duos in
Jahmyr
the
Gibbs,
league right now.
David Montgomery.
Yep, and you know what? Jahmyr Gibbs, he's a receiving back just as easily as he's a straightforward, elusive back.
Look, I know you love Jared Goff.
I do love Jared Goff. All last year I was praising him for how good he was.
But the fact is, all right, I get what Detroit's doing. Hey, congratulations. You guys are making runs you haven't made almost ever in your franchise.
Yep, you're killing it on both sides of the ball.
But you just locked yourself into $53 million a year on a 29-year-old quarterback.
Yep.
Who, don't get me wrong, is good.
Yeah, he is good. But
let's look back at what Jared Goff was before they put all the offensive weapons there. When Detroit was still kind of that in-between rebuilding stage.
Yes,
he wasn't the shining star. He was never the shining star on the Rams either.
No, he wasn't. He always had a great support system. Yeah, you know, Todd Gurley, that alone kind of gives it away that there's a reason he made it the bowl so quickly.
He's always good.
He has been. He's solid. He is a solid
I would argue
QB.
A top 12 QB in the league.
Absolutely,
Any
top
given
12.
Day. Top 10.
No one's
maybe.
taken away the man's talent because he has plenty of it to go out there and be a great QB in the NFL.
But to be paid the second highest overall, I just think if you're Detroit, I get what you're doing. Lock up the young stars. But where's the money train going to, like, who do you end on?
Yeah.
Who's not getting paid out of that?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting to see how the cookie's going to crumble on this, especially with a Hutch contract coming up, a Laporta contract coming up in 2 years.
Yeah, Laporta's going to have a little time on that one. Yeah,
you know, it's hard to forget.
It's hard to think that he's a rookie, but yeah, he was a rookie and just
but you have a lot coming up and I mean, blowing your nut on your first 3 players. I mean, granted, Penei Sewell, got to pay the man.
Yeah,
you got
to pay one of the best offensive linemen in football.
You have to.
I mean, you got to pay one of the best.
Wasn't that too much? We'll get to that.
I mean, you got to pay one of the best wide receivers in football.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown, great story.
There's no arguing they don't deserve to be paid.
Especially how well they're doing this early in their career.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, but you look at Jared Goff, and I think Jared Goff, just for what you're getting. Let me add a side note here. Thank you again, Detroit. The Deshaun Watson contract is slowly starting to look not as outrageous as we all anticipated. Was it still a terrible contract? By all means, yes. No one should have been paid that who's been suspended and out of the league for 2 years.
Yes, it was.
But if you would have came back to what it actually wouldn't be a bad contract in today's terms.
No, it wouldn't be.
I mean, if you think about it.
No, it wouldn't be, but we always got to make the defense at this point.
Well, yeah, that's what we do as
That's
Browns
what we do.
fans.
We are Browns fans. We have to make the
We have to defend the guy who sucks.
But, let me go on Jared Goff's behalf real quick. Let me argue on why.
All right. Let me hear it.
Who won MVP?
Lamar.
Let me break out the stats for you.
That's a tough comparison.
That's a tough comparison.
I
I'm not
that.
including running stats in this for Lamar.
Oh, see that, now that gets into murky.
Is that murky?
I mean, to me, that's murky. The
All
guy
right,
is
so
a
how
fool's
about
right
this?
guy.
How about I take the combined stats over the past 3 years? That's how long Jared Goff's been in Detroit. 3 years of Jared Goff, 3 years of Lamar.
All right, let me hear it.
All right, Jared Goff, average over the last 3 seasons with Detroit, 4,086 yards to 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and a 96.2 rating. Again, that's the average over the past 3 years.
Great stat line. You wish the touchdowns were a little higher, but they do a lot of running.
Here's Lamar Jackson, 2,934 yards, 19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 93.6 rating.
Yeah, that's his passing. Okay.
Those are the stats.
What about
Those
running,
are the
though?
stats. I don't have the running in there.
You have to go with
All
running,
right,
though.
all
when you
right.
go
How
Lamar.
about this?
Because Lamar
Kirk
wins.
Cousins stats.
All right, that's fine. Let's hear it.
All right. Jared Goff again. 4,086 yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 96.2 rating. Kirk Cousins, do you want the past 3 years without this past year's injury, or do you want the past 3 years?
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's going to be funky either way. So
with the injury, 3,699.7 yards, 27 touchdowns to 8.7 interceptions. Let's call it a 9, and a 99.8 rating.
No, Kirk is.
That was last year, missing half the season. If you notice, he has more touchdowns to the same interception rating with a higher actual rating, missing more than half the year. We're just bringing it up because Jared Goff's good, but I mean,
Jared Goff's a
Kirk
great
Cousins
QB.
just got paid, and it was significantly less for that. I get it. He's older. He is older, but you got to think Kirk Cousins is still a top 10 QB in the league pre-injury.
Now, Grant, I think if Kirk Cousins was healthy, I think he would have got paid just.
He would have got paid just as much. He probably would have been in the MVP race.
Yeah, and to me, the Jared Goff thing, and there's going to be people that probably say out there, "Oh, you guys just you're sleeping on Jared Goff." I don't think you're sleeping. If he's 29, we know where he's going to be.
Yep. He
I mean,
might
what did
stay
he do this year?
consistent for the next maybe 2-3 years. I don't think he's going to play at this level for a long time.
I think if you take the running game out of it, his stats go way down if he had to force the ball way more.
Yeah.
The thing is, they
that's
can
true.
rely so heavily on the run game that I think Jared Goff shines because he doesn't have to force the ball.
No,
but even
he
at that,
doesn't.
he had 12 interceptions this year, which isn't a crazy amount.
No, it's not at all.
But still, it's a 32 touchdown to 12 interceptions. So that's
It's a great
just
ratio.
under 3-1, not bad at all.
Yeah.
But $53 million a year, or are we just saying this because we don't want to accept the fact the QB market's too high?
The QB market is too high. And you know what this contract does to the rest of the NFL? Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, we got some contracts coming up this year. And they were also going to reset the market. I don't know how the Dolphins are going to do it with Tua. He might be a pay cut guy for the team. He might have to be if he wants to play with the Dolphins and one of the best wide receivers.
I hope he
to ever
doesn't
play
move
the
for that.
game.
He needs that warm weather.
Or the Cowboys paid Dak, and that's why they got rid of such big key pieces like Terrence Smith at the left tackle. That's why they got rid of their center. I mean, we might see him get paid by the Cowboys, but it's
crazy.
It's to the point where like average QBs right now, because I mean Dak, Tua, and
Dak puts up
Jared.
good regular season stats.
he does. They're
Tua,
good, but they're average to above average because you start naming other guys and they're worse, but you start naming other guys and they're way better. There's no.
The big fluke in all this to me in the rankings of who gets paid is Kyler Murray. I think it's still way too high.
It is way too high.
I think Kyler should not be. I think he's number 6 on the list.
Yeah.
Which to me is absolutely crazy.
It is absolutely crazy, but who knows? Maybe with this new offense they got going on, maybe with coming back from injury, he's really gonna earn the money this year, you guys.
I mean, I like to see it. Another argument point that I have is if I were to tell you, maybe you have a different opinion. is Jared Goff worth more than Jalen Hurts?
That is a tough one. That is a tough one because, you know, you got the tush push, which just gets points up, but that is an offensive lineman more than it's anything else. So
that's another argument. And
That's
that's
another
to me,
argument.
that's where I leave it.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good call. It would have been great to see him meet up more this year.
Yeah. So I think to me, my overall point of all this, to keep this somewhat short, I don't think Jared Goff is a great QB. We're not arguing that at all.
No one's taking it away from him.
I just question if the Lions went a little too crazy, gunslinging out here, locking up this long-term contract thing, and is this going to come back to haunt them? And that's the question we're going to be asking over the next couple of years.
Who knows? Maybe Dan Campbell really does have his guy. Maybe. We really got to wait to see how it shakes out. But it's just very shocking news to see today.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. We got to see where it.
Let us know your thoughts, comments on Jared Goff. See how it goes. Anything else?
I think just stay rusty or stay classy, rust heads. Stay rusty, class heads.
Got him, dude.
Got him, bro.